All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. It's January 25th, 2023. Let's start with a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Please don't copy any of my trading strategies because you will lose money. This is for educational purposes only. Okay, so let's get into it. We woke up to a completely different market from yesterday. Microsoft guidance was not good, and Boeing came in slightly lower as well. But also the Asian and the European markets are slowing down from their rallies. And on top, there was some war escalation talks with providing tanks to Ukraine. The glitch, if you remember from yesterday, was caused by a manual human error. Interesting. So let's get into the trades. The first thing that I did was, right off the bat, look at that gap, right? We had a huge gap down. I was totally surprised by it because of where Microsoft ended up yesterday after the earnings came out, but the call changed everything. And I started looking at my Microsoft put. Unfortunately, that put did not even come close to even breaking even. It actually lost half of its value. I bought it like $15 or $16, and it was, I believe, at $7 when I looked at it. So I decided not to touch it, let it ride till the end of the week, whatever. Not a big deal. Amazon, however, was also like $15 or $16 that I bought right before market close. That one was pretty much right at the money. And I think it was like 92 at that point, and it was up 260%. So I thought we were selling off, so I let it run for a little bit, and I started paying attention to my SPX trades. So I entered two SPX trades somewhere right here. Okay, when I saw the market have a green candle, I entered right there. Let's take a look at that, where it was. So it was a 3945 put. I did two of them and collected $570 per put. Okay, so those I locked in, and then what I ended up doing was kind of looking at the market. And I noticed that Apple started trending up. And for the past 2 days now, at least, Apple has been leading the market kind of. So I decided to, pay attention more to Apple than, the actual SPX and the SPY. At the same time, I'm looking at the advanced decline line right here, and I see that it's also kind of ticking up along with Apple. Even though we have Microsoft, which kind of started this whole thing for us, it was still going down, still leading down, as well as Amazon and a few other ones were kind of mixed bag. So anyway, I was paying attention more to Apple at this point, and I entered a pretty aggressive position. This was a delta of about 20. The first two puts were delta 23 or 24 or something like that. This one was pretty aggressive. It was close to the money, and I collected $1,010 from this one right here. At that point, I did see that the market is starting to overall it started ticking up, and I focused back on my Amazon that had some value in it, and I ended up selling that one for only $35. So, between Microsoft and Amazon, I spent about $30 and I got $35 back. Then from that point on, that's kind of from that point on, this one right here is my last fourth trade that, it was kind of a mess. I tried to sell the 39.30 for $220, and the market started ripping up, and I started chasing it and lowering my price until I changed the strike to a higher strike, which was right here, and I kept again chasing it, and I ended up getting $180 on that one. At the same time, these right here, the Shopify announced that they're increasing prices on their platform. I needed to get out of that. That sounded very bullish. I needed to get out of my 44.50 call that I sold against my shares, and I traded it for the 46 call for one additional week, and I got a penny credit for it. I mean, I just basically wanted to cover the fees that I'm paying for the trade. So now I'm holding the 46 call, and it's in the money. But that was a good idea to do for the fact that the stock was gonna most likely keep running at this point. So let's take a look at what happened. So we started running up, and so did Apple right here. Microsoft even started trending up, and I noticed one thing here, that our advanced decline line was starting to kind of topple out here. And even though right here we hit I saw this started going down, we hit a lower low, but sorry about that, charts, flex grid, but our advanced decline line never hit a lower low. So yes, my puts went into the negative territory once again. And like as always, I don't use any stops. So I felt pretty confident that at some point that it's going to rebalance itself, because this line right here was pretty strong and stayed kind of, in the same range while the market was kind of doing its own thing and going all over the place. Amazon started selling off, Apple started selling off, and really it looked like Apple was leading the sell-off as well. It started leading it up and then started selling off, and you could see the same thing, up, down, and then we kind of took off, which is exactly kind of what happened here. Up, down, and then started going. At some point, I decided that, we can have a reversal here, and I don't want to be trapped at my highest put, which was the one that I got paid for, the 3960, the one that I got paid 1,010. That was a good amount of premium collected on that, and I sold it back for $50. So all in all, I collected $2,280 for the day, not counting this. I mean, there's nothing to count here. This is all strictly the 2,280 for the day is from SPX only. Tesla just came out, so a brief thing on Tesla. Let's see where the stock is. Let's see, we're at 145.30. So pretty much right where we ended. They gave, the numbers came out, they beat on the EPS, they beat on the revenue. The free cash flow was a miss, but I think they miss all the time. And they still have a 50% growth rate, which is awesome for Tesla. 50% growth rate, quarter over quarter is really good. Margin is around 29%, which again is probably the highest in the industry. They mentioned that they have a next generation platform underway, which will be announced. And the Cybertruck production will start this year. So in the after hours, the stock went up to 150 and gave up. So that's it for now. There's going to be a conference call, and we'll see what happens tomorrow in the morning. Guys, if you like this content, I do it every single day. Please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.